Hello everyone. As you can see, I am in my different surroundings again. This is one of my last recorded videos before I actually get underway with school. So they may become a bit more sporadic in the next month, but I promise this time I am going to try my level best to actually get rid of stuff recorded and actually get it sent out. So actually be looking forward to videos this time. We've got Adyen today, finally, and some things are going to happen. Chapter 15, Adyen. Noise echoed through the dungeon, which was unusual. Normally, the only things I heard down here were dripping moisture and the footsteps of the guards coming to either feed me or take me to Lars for questioning. But now I could hear murmurs through my cell door, indistinct human voices. I wondered if I should be worried. I should definitely be worried. Shifting toward the door, I carefully knelt and placed my ear against the wood. I didn't want to attract any unwanted attention by jangling my chains too loudly. I'd already learned that the hard way during the first few days of my capture. Lars Alfred really didn't want me escaping, to put it lightly. Have to be certain of your facts. Lars ain't gonna take kindly to misinformation. There's no other explanation. He's dead. Who's dead? I pressed my ear a little harder against the door. Do you have proof? He's no longer showing up to his regular post, so there's that for starters. That can mean a lot of things. Maybe he was just immature enough to attract the attention of some more self-conscious people and is smart enough to lay low until things blow over. That's not like him. And you know this. How? A loud sigh. We have to tell Lars. The next thing I heard was retreating footsteps, and the usual silence once more fell over the prison. I sat back, pondering over what I'd just heard. Someone was dead. One of their informants, if I had to guess. They had them all over the city. Not much escaped the Darkheart's attention. I was surprised they hadn't located our hideout yet. But I supposed I ought to be grateful for that. It meant a safe haven for Aster and Talia still remained. As for who could have killed him, that could have been any number of people. The Painted Wolves, for example. My last job had been stealing from them for the Dark Hearts, so they had plenty of reason to start a gang war. Besides, there were very few gangs who didn't want to take over the entire city. But at the same time, not many people actually knew where to find the informants, or knew which gang they belonged to. I only knew how to find one of them. We worked with him occasionally when Lars didn't have some key information we needed to pull off a job. And Aster. If she was going to come looking for me, then she was going to go through the one man who might know where the headquarters might be. And Lars tended to pick his men well. They would take their secrets to the grave if need be. And who else had the ability to kill without leaving a trace? Oh, Aster. This was exactly the kind of thing that was going to get her caught. I'd seen it coming, of course. But still, I wish she'd been smart enough to leave before Lars came for her. And if the informant was dead, then it was possible she hadn't gotten the information she wanted, which meant she was going to try again. Kill again. Get noticed again. I wanted to scream. I wanted to reach across the distance between us and tell her that she didn't need to do this, that I was going to be okay, that we would see each other again. But of course I couldn't. Despite our powers, we were still only human. I leaned forward, resting my head against the dirty floor of my cell. I missed Aster, to be honest. I missed having her by my side for all things. I missed the team we made. It hurt almost physically, even like a loss, even though I knew she was safe and alive and hopefully well. I missed knowing things. Approaching footsteps once more reached my ears, and I sat bolt upright. This couldn't be good. Somehow, knowing they were going to stop at my cell before they did, I scrambled to my feet and placed my back against the wall, as far away from the doors as I could get. No doubt Lars had pieced together the same thing I had. Aster was responsible. Or they had already caught Aster, and the footsteps were the guards throwing her into a cell like mine. I wished I could see. Get yourself together, Adyen, I told myself harshly. From what I heard, they don't have her. She's fine. She's fine. The footsteps halted. The key turned in the lock and the door swung open. Lars Alfred himself strode in, looking thunderous. In one hand, he held the bottle of pale liquid he'd shown me earlier. The poison that would take my powers. My heart skipped a beat when I laid eyes on it. Where is she? Lars yelled, getting right up in my face. I'm running out of patience here. Where is your sister? I forced myself to stand firm. I can't tell you, sir. Protecting her is going to gain you nothing, Lars bellowed. Just turn her over and all this will be over. Why can't you see that? Unlike you, Lars, I have a good sense of loyalty, I said. Bah! You've had your last chance, Adyen. Now I am out of patience. I drew in a sharp breath. This was the time. No going back. Very soon I was going to have to be very, very brave. Or very, very daring. Only time would tell which one it would be. Hold him still, Lars barked at the guards, who filed into the doorway behind him. At his order, they rushed forward and yanked me away from the wall. Taking a firm hold of each arm, they shoved me down on my knees and held me there despite my attempts to break free. Now was the time to fight before anything else happened. Lars advanced on me and shoved the bottle under my nose. Drink. I leaned my head back. No. Then I will make you. You can try. I glared back at him. Seizing my head by the hair, Lars yanked my head backwards, to a point that came close to straining my neck. Unstopping the bottle with his free hand, he attempted to force the liquid between my lips, but I kept them pressed tightly together. Some of the liquid leaked out across my face. It was ice cold. I shuddered. With a sound of disgust, Lars let go of me and took a few steps back. I prepared to breathe, but with a quick movement, Lars's fist connected with the side of my face. My head snapped in the opposite direction, and with the men holding in place, there was only so far I could tilt before I was forced back into an upright position. The impact rang in through my head, and for a few seconds I could see nothing. When my vision cleared, Lars Alfred was kneeling in front of me, bottle still in hand. Stubborn boy, he growled. I'll take that as a compliment, I grunted. My jaw hurt to move. Lars Alfred seized that jaw this time, applying hard pressure with his thick fingers, even as I fought to keep my mouth shut. I had to. I couldn't let him. I reared back, still fighting, still trying to break free. It was futile. Bit by agonizing bit, my mouth was forced open. Before I could get it closed again, Lars Alfred pressed the mouth of the bottle to my lips, and I could feel the liquid flow into my mouth. It was cold, so cold, and it burned at the same time. I tried to keep it in my mouth so I wouldn't ingest it, but Lars gave my head another hard jerk, and I was forced to swallow, or I would suffocate. The poison burned on its way down as well, and I could feel it settle into my stomach and start sending out shoots as it began to explore my insides. Even if it did fail to take my powers, it was certainly doing something. Sorry. I tried, Aster. Lars stood back and the guards released me. I tumbled to the straw-covered floor, all the strength gone from my limbs. My vision turned blurry, but I could just make out the form of Lars Alfred looming over me. You can't stop me, Adyen. I'm going to find your sister now. Goodbye. With that, he walked out of the room, and my vision went completely dark as the poison drew me into the depths of unconsciousness.